Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements, proven by time, engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
On good Friday afternoon, Taylor Plott here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check on your forecast. Mostly dry conditions today. Only an isolated shower storm possible. I'll have a live look at the radar here very shortly. But what about that weekend forecast? And when will we see our next best chance of rain? Because we're still dealing with some drought conditions across the region. So we still need some more rain out there. When will that come? I'll have an answer on that coming up here shortly, too. First off, let's take a live look at our ArtScale Skycam network right now. Lawrenceburg, Florence, Pulaski, and Cherokee checking in. Got a lot of sun, but also a decent amount of clouds around. The cloudiest conditions, I will say, are generally across parts of northern Alabama, and especially east of Interstate 65 right now, where we're seeing some of that sunshine more prevalent is west of Interstate 65. You're getting a lot more of that drier air being pushed on in behind our cold front. So while we do see some clouds around today, we will be seeing a lot more sun than what we've been seeing over the past handful of days with all the clouds and rain that we've been dealing with. Current temperatures across the board right now, 75 in Fayetteville, 76 in Huntsville, 77 in Decatur, 74 over there in Florence and the Shoals, 77 in Lawrenceburg, 76 in Waynesboro right now. Most places will be getting up into the upper 70s for highs today, even some lower 80s out there as well. Taking a look at our live Viper radar network, looking at some spotty shower activity. This is mainly across southern Tennessee for areas near Chattanooga, Manchester, over towards the Winchester, Tennessee area as well. All of this right here, I believe, is just some ground clutter, maybe some drizzle. There are some showers that are trying to get going just to the east of Athens here, close to the county line between Limestone and Madison County. But everybody, for the most part, here across the Tennessee Valley is just dealing with those dry conditions right now, but we'll see some more shower and storm activity try to pop up later on this afternoon and evening. Cold front is well off to our south and east right now. A lot of shower and storm activity across the Florida Panhandle, getting close to Gainesville, Florida, and a lot of shower and storm activity off the coast right now. We do have high pressure that's building in from the west, so that's going to usher in that cooler and slightly drier air mass. It won't be a complete taste of fall, but it will be some cooler temperatures for at least the next couple of days. But then once we get into next week, things will change with that. This afternoon, just some passing clouds, and I mentioned temperatures getting up into the upper 70s and lower 80s for highs today. Here are those high temperatures across the area: 81 in Huntsville, 80 in Hartselle and Falkville, 79 in Fayetteville, 79 in Lewisburg, 78 here in Lawrenceburg, 82 over there in the Shoals. Best chance for those showers and storms will generally be south of the Tennessee state line and east of 65 today. Evening forecasts are going out and about this evening. Maybe catch a movie, get a bite to eat, or maybe going to some of those high school football games. You'll be good to go. And depending on personal preference, if you're out late this evening, 10 p.m., average temperature across our area right around 63 degrees. Some places could be flirting with the upper 50s by then. You might need that light jacket on hand if you are out and about later on this evening. Overnight lows tonight, upper 50s to around 60 can be expected across southern Tennessee. Same situation for the most part, especially in the rural areas of northern Alabama. I think you get down to 58 or 59, but if you're close to the cities like Huntsville 63, Athens 60, Shoals 60, you'll be dealing with those 60s for lows tonight. Going into the day tomorrow, the cooler air mass is still in place, but will start to warm up ever so slightly with a lot more sunshine for your Saturday. We do expect the majority of us to get up into the lower 80s for the most part. 83 in Columbia, 83 in Mount Pleasant, 81 in Pulaski, 83 in Huntsville, 84 in Hartselle and Falkville, 84 in Moulton, and 84 over there in the Shoals. No chance of rain really for your Saturday to speak of. Now, taking a look at the HRRR model over the next several hours. Again, the majority of the shower activity today should be east of Interstate 65. Doesn't mean we won't be seeing anything to the west of 65 today. Once we lose that daytime heating, all of those will just quickly fade away, and we're dry high going into the overnight hours into your Saturday. Starting off your Saturday, temperatures in the 50s and 60s, a lot of sunshine. Get outside and enjoy it as we head throughout your day. Noontime on your Saturday, temperatures roughly in the 70s, maybe a little bit warmer than that, than what the model guidance is showing. I think by 3 p.m. on your Saturday, most of these will be lower 80s as opposed to upper 70s. But a great day to get outside and enjoy the nice weather. That will also continue into your Sunday as well. So if you have any of those outdoor plans or just want to get out and enjoy it, you will have no issue whatsoever. Take a look at the rain chances over the next several days. I mentioned we still have those drought conditions in place, so we still need some rainfall to help alleviate that. We really don't see anything on the board here, obviously higher than 10%, but there's something that could change that, and that's related to the tropics. So let's talk about the tropics right now. We do have Humberto that is out here in the central Atlantic. That is going to be no threat to the United States, but over here we still have Invest 94L. That is what's going on here in the Dominican, parts of the Cuban area, as well as Puerto Rico. This will eventually get organized and should become our next name system. And this one, depending on where it actually goes, some model guidance is showing that it should make landfall potentially across the Carolinas. And depending on how the upper level pattern is, some of this energy, if it's over here, might get shunted to the west, and it could increase our rain chances ever so slightly. So while we do have low rain chances right now, depending on how that actually evolves, I don't know why that said Gabrielle, because I know I changed it. There's Humberto. But depending on how all that evolves, we could have some slightly higher rain chances than 10% shown on the board once we get into the middle to latter part of next week. All right, let's talk about Humberto. It is a Category 1 hurricane right now. Maximum winds at 90 miles per hour. The pressure's down to 979 millibars, and it's moving northwest at 5 miles per hour. This will likely become a major hurricane over the next, I would say, maybe 24 hours, if not sooner. So this should rapidly intensify into a Category 3 hurricane and eventually forecasted to be a very strong Category 4 hurricane once we get into the latter part of the weekend. And that continues for at least a couple of days, but once it makes that turn to the north, it will be interacting with the trough. So that means more shear, maybe some drier air involved, and that should lead to some gradual weakening. So by the time it makes that northward and northeasterly turn, we're expecting a Category 3 hurricane. Now, Bermuda is right here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the island of Bermuda. So Bermuda is in the cone from the National Hurricane Center. So we'll have to watch this one very closely in case it does potentially impact the island. And we'll say, depending on where that cone is right now, it's on the right side of the cone. So they will definitely have at least some impacts. If it's not direct, at least it will be getting some impacts from Humberto later on this coming week. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast. Again, like I mentioned, tropic situation, that will determine maybe our rain chances as we get into the latter part of the 7-day forecast period. But otherwise, just looking at very low rain chances over the next coming days, with temperatures getting back up into the middle 80s by Monday. That's your latest 7-day forecast here from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Fred Gossage will be in at 5 p.m. to have another check on your forecast. Until then, I hope everybody has a fantastic Friday and a great weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.